would like to request Shri Bachendra Navid, the Ambassador and Permanent Representative to the WTO, to present his words. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, and thank you for having me here. First of all, good afternoon, colleagues, and good afternoon, all participants as well as the presenters. And thank you, Warren, for joining for this session. And certainly, all the three presenters, they have a very good flavor of what TBT means and what exactly a developed country perspective is, and what, as a developing country, we are trying to do as a catch-up exercise. So first of all, let me put things in context and say that why this topic is important and why have we requested all of you to come together and requested WTO here in Geneva to send two of their experts all the way to Delhi and to have interaction with our quality control organizations or standard development organizations. Last count when I saw at the MSME website domestically, I was surprised we have 48 national standard development organizations. SDE was what they call. So thank you for participating, and I can see on the screen that it's a good participation, and I hope that it will keep the momentum up. Now, taking a cue from the earlier slide, which was presented by DPIIT, the context here is very clear that why we want to get into this sector, because here I am surprised that we never were in the race of having quality standards or quality control orders. Even if we were having it domestically, it was not seen or visible in Geneva. So thanks to the call made, I think that was the 2015, the 15th August address of Honorable Prime Minister on what was referred to on the zero defect and zero effect. That is, let us be competitive, let us quality conscious and give high quality standards, and at the same time let us be clean and not damage environment by our manufacturing. So that was the goal for all. And incidentally, from 2015 onwards, we started moving in that direction, though we are no way near to what developed economies or some of the developing countries are there. They have the advantage of early starters. So for example, like United States may be having around 5,000 quality control orders. So when India started as late as 2015 or 2016, certainly we have a lot of catch up to do. So first, I would request all the standard development organizations that not to be worried that if you are getting many questions or if you are getting many queries, we have to develop a little thick skin on that. And only what we need to be careful is that under the TBT regime, whatever is there in the agreement, we should not be seen of one, violating the process, and two, violating the substance of it. So on the process, it is very clearly explained in the slides that we are following those processes, and there my request is that if we can always cover it up with the technical studies by some organizations and follow the timeline which was shown in the earlier slides for 60 days for member countries here in Geneva to respond to that, then you rest assured that the Geneva team of India will take care of whatever quality control orders are issued. And it is good for country, it is good for international things that with 1.4 billion population on such a huge present and potential future market is becoming quality conscious and is going into nothing but the best kind of approach that we should manufacture. And I slightly disagree on the standards part in the previous presentation where we said that we can have a different quality for Europe and different quality for India, but no, my assessment is that we should always be competitive and aspire to be the best, and with cost advantage on our side, certainly India will be able to produce equally competitive and quality product at a lower to compete in the international market. Only thing is that, as I said and I repeat, two things we have to keep it in mind, that all these quality control orders should, as in the flowchart shown, should follow the due process, and if we can back it up with study or technical reports from some institutes of repute in that particular sector, that will be fantastic. Now, just last point, I would like to say that the process here is slightly lengthy. I would request the heads of all the quality control organizations to continue this sensitization of the technical people who are actually working on those quality control orders at the draft and as well as at the discussion level, because if they are thorough in their approach, certainly whenever the questions are asked from India on this, we will be able to answer it in more emphatic and proactive manner. And in some cases, I can give you example. One of my colleagues had just said that in some cases where suppose conformity assessment, we are being asked question, and we come to know that we are fine with the conformity assessment and we are proactive on that, but our technical people are not even able to get the visa to visit for that certification. So in those cases, if prior information is given to us, we can be, rather than defensive, we can be offensive on that and say that it is not that we are hesitating in completing the process of conformity assessment, but it is the host country where our imports are coming from are not proactive in providing a visa or something like that. So these are some of the examples where we can be clear in our thoughts. And the last thing I would like to say that your participation at Geneva is very useful, and just last week we had participants from DPIIT, and it was very handy, and the kind of information he carried with him during the Geneva meeting and more on the quality control orders of other countries, it gives us again a high pedestal to talk about the countries on equal footings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the valuable insights and taking time from your busy schedule to join us. Now, for the concluding